Isaiah chapter 8 continues the themes of judgment and hope, focusing on the coming Assyrian invasion and the significance of trusting in God. The chapter begins with God instructing Isaiah to write the name Mar-Shalal-Hash-Baz on a large tablet, a name meaning quick to the plunder, swift to the spoil. This name symbolizes the imminent conquest of Damascus and Samaria by Assyria. Isaiah's wife gives birth to a son, whom they name Mar-Shalal-Hash-Baz, fulfilling this prophecy. The child serves as a living sign that God's words will come to pass swiftly. God warns that because the people of Judah have rejected his protection, symbolized by the gentle waters of Shiloh, they will face the overwhelming force of Assyria, likened to a mighty flood. The Assyrians will overflow the land, bringing fear and devastation. Yet, despite this impending judgment, God assures that the land ultimately belongs to him, calling it Emmanuel's land. This reassurance highlights God's sovereignty and his enduring presence with his people, even in the midst of trials. Isaiah shifts to address the faithful remnant, urging them not to fear the same things the people fear but to trust in the Lord. He calls on them to regard God as holy and to find refuge in him, emphasizing that God will be both a sanctuary and a stumbling stone. For those who trust him, he will provide safety, but for those who reject him, he will become a source of judgment. This dual role of God reflects the consequences of either trusting in him or turning away. The chapter concludes with Isaiah declaring his own trust in the Lord, choosing to wait for him despite the darkness surrounding the nation. He contrasts reliance on God with the futility of seeking guidance from mediums and spirits, warning that those who turn away from God will face despair and gloom. The chapter ends with a somber depiction of people wandering in darkness, a stark reminder of the consequences of rejecting God. Yet, embedded within this message of judgment is the promise of hope through Emmanuel, foreshadowing God's ultimate plan for redemption. Let's now read Isaiah chapter 8. Moreover the Lord said unto me, Take thee a great roll, and write in it with a man's pen concerning Mar-Shalal-Hash-Baz. And I took unto me faithful witnesses to record, Uriah the priest, and Zechariah the son of Jeberechiah. And I went unto the prophetess, and she conceived, and bare a son. Then said the Lord to me, Call his name Mar-Shalal-Hash-Baz. For before the child shall have knowledge to cry, My father, and my mother, the riches of Damascus and the spoil of Samaria shall be taken away before the king of Assyria. The Lord spake also unto me again, saying, Forasmuch as this people refuseth the waters of Shiloh that go softly, and rejoice in Rezin and Remaliah's son. Now therefore, behold, the Lord bringeth up upon them the waters of the river, strong and many, even the king of Assyria, and all his glory, and he shall come up over all his channels, and go over all his banks. And he shall pass through Judah, he shall overflow and go over, he shall reach even to the neck, and the stretching out of his wings shall fill the breadth of thy land, O Emmanuel. Associate yourselves, O ye people, and ye shall be broken in pieces, and give ear, all ye of far countries, gird yourselves, and ye shall be broken in pieces, gird yourselves, and ye shall be broken in pieces. Take counsel together, and it shall come to naught, speak the word, and it shall not stand, for God is with us. For the Lord spake thus to me with a strong hand, and instructed me that I should not walk in the way of this people, saying, Say ye not, a confederacy, to all them to whom this people shall say, a confederacy, neither fear ye their fear, nor be afraid. Sanctify the Lord of hosts himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. And he shall be for a sanctuary, but for a stone of stumbling and for a rock of offense to both the houses of Israel, for a gin and for a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And many among them shall stumble, and fall, and be broken, and be snared, and be taken. Bind up the testimony, seal the law among my disciples. And I will wait upon the Lord, that hideth his face from the house of Jacob, and I will look for him. Behold, I and the children whom the Lord hath given me are for signs and for wonders in Israel from the Lord of hosts, which dwelleth in Mount Zion. And when they shall say unto you, Seek unto them that have familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep, and that mutter, should not a people seek unto their God? For the living to the dead? To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. And they shall pass through it, hardly bestead and hungry. And it shall come to pass, that when they shall be hungry, they shall fret themselves, and curse their king and their God, and look upward. And they shall look unto the earth, and behold trouble and darkness, dimness of anguish, and they shall be driven to darkness. This ends our reading of Isaiah chapter 8.